What's going on, collectors? Welcome into Ross Loves Cards. Today you can see I'm not in my normal filming studio, aka the corner of my bedroom, but I'm in a hotel. That's because I am at St. Louis for a show. Something just flown by there. But anyways, at a show at Westport. Um, Show runs 3 days. I've got some big name signers going to be there tomorrow. Was going to come show up today and see how things went, and had a good time. First, I forgot. Ross Loves Cards t-shirts now for sale at our store. I'm just kidding. We don't have a store, but if you do decide you want one, let me know and we'll see what you can do. But today we got to the show probably, I think me and Mike, we got there like a little bit after 1 or so. I can't remember what time it was, and we done some trading, and Joe, Redneck Collector, showed up, and we sat and talked for him a while. And as we sitting in the lobby of the hotel waiting for the show to open, I seen Mike Moynihan, a baseball collector, come in. Then Chris from Missouri showed up at the same time as him. They was together, and Chris's buddies, Tom and Coop, was there. So got to talk with all of them, and about that time they cut us loose and let us go into the show, and I was thoroughly impressed. Heard it was a smaller show, so kind of had tried to keep my hopes low, but I tell you what, we go in there and turn to the left, and it's Chapel Cards. I probably should have took a picture. I could insert it, but I didn't. It was right there to the left. He had, 2 or 3 tables, however many tables he had when we walked in. There's some more tables than Payne Cards. I think his name's Tim Payne. Anyways, I'm sure somebody can correct me on that down below. But there was, I want to say probably a majority of this show was vintage. I was impressed, and quality vintage. There's some high-priced stuff, or higher-end stuff is what I would say. But there's some it was a great selection if you're into vintage. Highly recommend this show, but it was just cool being able to see and meet those guys. Just get to hang out with them, look at cards with them. I know we was getting ready to leave, and we was talking. We was kind of out front of the show, getting ready to leave, and Mike Moynihan says, "Yeah, we was watching your show last night on the big screen." And I kind of was looking around to see who he's talking to, and he turned out he's talking about me. I acted awkward, I'm sure. I was just amazed, I don't know why they'd watch my show, but no. Great guys, all of them. Had a great time. Like I said, getting to interact, getting to go to a show together, getting to talk afterwards, seeing what we liked, what we picked up, what we seen. It was just fun. It was a good time getting together. If I hadn't got any cards this trip, just coming up here and meeting those guys would be worth it. After we kind of parted ways, they started to head back. Me and Mike and Joe, we went to supper. And I don't know, we was probably there 2 hours, maybe it was 3, just talking cards, and I tell you what, I had a great night doing that. It was just awesome. Like I said, kind of a perfect way to top off the night. Currently right now, I'm not for sure if I'm going to go back tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling in the morning. I may get up and try to head home, but it was worth the drive up here. Like I said, even if I didn't buy a card, I would have been pleased coming up here. But that being said, I did buy a card, so I'm going to turn this camera around and see if I can show you all that. Okay, I want to start off by showing a deal that me and Mike made before we got to the show. Mike being vintage Jayhawker collector. I call him Jayhawker Mike, but anyways, actually now I've got to where I call him Mike, but Jayhawker Vintage Cards. I'll tag it in the notes. But me and him worked out a deal before we got here of stuff that he said he would sell because doubles, and I tell you what, I got them and I am very pleased. Right here, of course, is this 71 Topps Thurman Munson second year card, and I tell you what, I love this card. I love the looks of it. It's one of my favorites. Definitely for the 70 series, that's one of my favorites. So I got this. I'll go ahead and show the back. And sorry about the glare. You all probably don't want to look at me. But I'm very pleased with that card. I also picked up this 1964 Willie Mays. I think it's a good centered card, a good looking card. This is my first Willie Mays card that I've had. So I'm just tickled pink with it. Well, by the way, this is my first Thurman Munson I've ever had either. And we're gonna keep with first cards that I've ever had. Here is Ernie Banks, a 57 and a 3. Got decent centering on that card. I like it. Well, of course I do. I bought it, but you know, I really like it. Actually, I really like all of these cards that I picked up from Mike today. Also, I got a gift from Mike that I'm going to share that in a future video with other gifts. Probably do that in a week or so. But so stay tuned for that. But I want to show what I did pick up. And Mike had a hand in this as well. 1951 Larry Doby. When I came to this show, I thought, you know, I was going to go ahead and I was going to take me, you know, roughly $250 with me. So I thought I'm going to go to that show with $250. Well, last night I actually bought a card for like over $200. It was like $2.25. And anyways, I talked to the wife and said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take money up there. I don't go to this show, get to go to shows very often. Well, this card was right here for $275. I tried to get it thrown together with a package deal and get it down lower. I was wanting to get it to that $250 mark, and $260 was all he'd go to. So I wound up borrowing $10 cash from Jayhawker. Paid him back by buying his dinner later on that night. But if Mike hadn't have been there, you know, I'd had to pass on this card. And I think the $250 probably about all, you know, may have been all it's worth, but I just love this card. I mean, look at it. Look at the centering on that. This is up there with probably one of the favorite cards I have. I'd say the card competing would be the 51 Campanella for me. And of course that card would edge out this for me, but I absolutely love this card as well. But that is my pickups that I made between these three that I had previously purchased and this one right here. But that's all I'll have for today. I hope you all have a great weekend, and hope you all tune in for the next one. Thanks.